Oh.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Lady Layer. Happy Thursday. So I don't know if I'm sure you guys know that we're based in California. So we just really want to start off this podcast giving everybody who's being affected by the fires in LA and Palisades and West Hills and Eaton, all the different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to send you guys our thoughts and prayers. We're praying for you guys. Hope that, everything is going to work out. Hopefully, you don't know anyone who's lost their home, but honestly, like it's so many homes, like someone that's been affected.
Yeah.
So
I personally know a couple people whose entire families have lost their home because they grew up in Pasadena, and grandparents, parents, cousins, aunties all live in the same area. So everybody lost their home. And that's something that I was just like, it's so devastating because, some people, they could leave the city and go to a cousin's house, out the way. But when your whole family is stationed in the same area, it's like, we have to go to a hotel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just sending our thoughts and prayers to everyone who has to rebuild their entire life. It's just so devastating to watch. So, grateful that people are getting out alive though. But to the people who did lose loved ones, we're just sending our prayers. Yes.
All right. So this week on the Lady Layer, we are going to be doing a little bit of not pop culture, but like buzz, So we got
the buzz layer.
Right. We got the buzz layer today. We're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We're going to talk about Salt Lake City. RHONY actually had some decent stuff to talk about this week, and Beverly Hills. So get ready. Also, The Traitors came out today. Today's Thursday. Came out today. So they released 3 episodes. So everybody tune into Traitor so we can talk about it on Sunday.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into this buzz layer. So first up on the buzz layer topic, we got Karen going to rehab. So I don't know if y'all seen that the Real House reunion seating chart. So first they posted the seating chart and they didn't give an explanation, and Karen was noticeably missing. And then it turns out her publicist she released a statement saying that she needed to go to rehab. So I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing as well. I just also wonder if it was strategic to go to rehab now. Like they didn't tell us when she checked in or if she's been there. It just says that she decided to go and she won't be able to make it to the reunion. So it just made me question, was it strategic so that she couldn't physically be at the reunion?
So I don't think it's strategic because of the reunion. I think that when people get DUIs and they go to rehab after they're found guilty, is so that they get a lesser sentence, or they can go to court and be like, hey, I went to rehab. Right. I'm trying to change. Can you give me some leniency? So I think it's more about that.
Yeah.
Because either way,
I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit of both, because since the videos came out, I felt like she was not going to be at the reunion. I was just what would you say? She already was dodging questions about it, and now the trial is over pretty much. So you can speak.
Well, I would hope she would be there and be accountable. I'm sure she would try to still be spicy and try to deflect, but hopefully if she went and now they see what's going on, she would try to be accountable about something,
Hopefully. But yeah. I also would think that if that was her MO, she would have made a statement online. She would have, you know what I'm saying? If she was in the space of being held accountable, she has a platform to do that. So I kind of feel I don't know, that's just what's in my spirit. I feel like she was or people, whoever was yeah, no, I don't think it's a good look for you to go to the reunion. They're going to rip you to shreds. They're going to ask you every question in the book. You said you were going to be vindicated. Why would you say that? But of course, she didn't know that there was going to be video footage. She probably didn't even remember that day. So,
but I think too, if she would have went to the reunion, it definitely would have secured her spot next year. Because usually when you have the crazy reunion and you got all the drama, it carries on over to the next season. So I don't know.
I don't even know if she would want to be on the next season with everything that happened. Because I'm putting myself in her shoes. If I was on the internet exposed in that manner, I would go hide under a rock. Y'all would never see me again. Like,
honestly, I don't think that you would be on the show not taking accountability. Like, I don't think
I'm just saying if I was her, I would never be in her position. I mean, never say never, but I would never be in her position. I'm saying if I was her, if I was Karen and this were my situation, I would go hide under a rock. I would not want to have to face all of this because she was exposed in a manner of not just being caught, drunk driving, the things that she was saying, like how she was looking, like it just was like a lot. And so it would take a very strong, like, I don't give a whatever type person to sit on a platform like that where these ladies are already ready to rip you to shreds. And everybody's already talking about you online. And you have to sit up there and answer these questions because they're not going to let you get by with just, I can't answer that right now. They're not going to let you get by with that anymore.
Right. Well, I think that she likes the spotlight so much that I don't think she cares. I think she's still going to be back. I think she's still going to be.
I don't know. I would just disagree on that one.
I don't think nothing's going to change. I don't think it's going to make her more humble. I don't think anything. I don't
think it'll make her more humble. I just don't think that she is. I feel like she dodged it. I'm standing on that one. I feel like she dodged a reunion on purpose because she didn't want to face the music. Because here's the thing. I feel like if she was willing to take accountability and she was going to be on the show and she was going to do all these things, we would have heard something on the internet from her by now. Like, if she was even thinking about coming to the reunion, she ain't thought about going to that reunion, please. But anyway, we'll never know. I hope that she is really getting the help that she needs and hope the best for her, child. We will know in a couple of weeks. But see, that's the thing too. When did she start rehab? Because she got to go to court.
Right. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if this is to dodge the reunion. Like, she could have been in rehab since they gave out the verdict.
I don't know, child.
Like, honestly, if I had a court case going, like, I wouldn't be thinking about no reunion either. I would be trying to focus on not being in jail. I don't care about that reunion.
Right. Of course not. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if she was going to go, like, this has been going on for a long time. She could have went the day after they did the sentencing. She could have already been there. We don't know.
But if she would have went the day after, then, or what do you mean? Like, if after the sentence? Well, we don't know. Like, we don't know when she went.
That's what I'm saying. She could have been there already. She could have already been there. We don't know. But I'm just speculating. But I'm just like, had it been me and I had any intentions of carrying on with the show or speaking my piece or any of that, then all of that would have been in play. Now, I don't know if she would come back, even if they do sentence her to actually have to serve time. Like, all that is going to be a matter of even if they invite her back or not, like how in depth it was, because even though other people have had DUIs, there's never been this type of like, outward video about it. And so where it's in everybody's face. So everything else has been like hearsay. So I don't know if she would even be invited back. I don't know. But I guess we'll just have to see on that one.
All right. And then we got all this controversy about Twitch and his wife and how she decided to go on and do an interview about her memoir, I guess, and like talk about how he had like drug abuse and all of these things. And then it's like coming out to where like, she's kind of been like being like evil to his family. Like, they have to sign NDAs to even be able to come to the funeral. And it's like, why do you need them to do that to come to a funeral? Like, what are you really trying to hide? And if you're trying to hide stuff, like, what is it? Because you clearly are not trying to like hide what's going on with your husband because you exposing him. Like, what? And then like I saw too, like that she's trying to say that he was like abusing drugs and she found all these drugs in his closet and all this stuff. But on the toxicology report, when they did the autopsy, he had no drugs in his system. So it's like her story doesn't really add up as far as this drug abuse.
Right. And family members have spoken out saying that, forget that NDA. We're going to clear our cousin's name. And if anything, he smoked weed and he was trying to quit. Right. And that is if it was weed, I don't know why she would come out and say that he was abusing drugs, and when marijuana is legal. And if you are, because they're saying like, oh, well, maybe she was trying to, I don't know if she said this, I don't remember if she said this or people were just speculating that she was trying to bring awareness to drug abuse and things like that. But here's my thing.
She was trying to say that she was trying to do like bring awareness to mental health and like abuse and all of that stuff. But even if that's the case,
we all know there's a way to do that without exposing your deceased husband. Like we already know that he had mental health issues because he unalived himself.
Suicide. Right.
Exactly. So we know that he has mental health issues. You could have honed in on that and brought awareness to speaking to your loved ones and looking for warning signs. That's how you bring awareness. Teach people how to look for warning signs when someone is in distress or when someone is having a breakdown, when they have a change in their routine, a change in their attitude. Like these are the signs to look for. That's how you bring awareness. You exposing the things that you found in your deceased husband's closet is a violation to me. I feel like if that's something,
isn't it like a year later?
Yeah. And I feel like it's for her to go on People and do this interview, and it just seems very like, I don't know, it seems very calculated, and to promote her book and whatever she has going on, you're just willing to lay your husband's legacy on the ground for that. Like people looked at him in a beautiful light, regardless of how he left this earth. He still left a positive legacy. And I feel like she's trying to tarnish that by labeling drug abuser on top of that. That is not what he was known for. And he's already gone. And if me as a wife, there is no way I would ever, I don't care how much money somebody was trying to pay me. Like your legacy is all you have left when you leave here. Your children,
then think about your kids.
That's what I'm saying. Your children have to see this stuff, and they're going to see, why would mommy say those things about daddy? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it was very irresponsible on her part. They're also saying that she's not allowing the kids to see his side of the family. Like, it's like she's just trying to completely erase him and tarnish his name. And it's like, dang, girl, did you ever have his back? Did you ever, like, I don't know. It's just very, very strange.
And then even if he was on drugs, like the cousin said he was trying to quit, and the toxicology test proves that, because if he was still smoking weed, it would be on his test.
Right.
Right.
So let us know in the comments what you guys think about that. Cause
yeah.
So the last thing we have on our buzz layer is Mauricio, Kyle's ex-husband. Well, I don't know if they got officially divorced yet, but Mauricio, he is in the fire because they're saying he was stealing
from the PP loans. But she's starting to wear her ring again, so they might be getting back together. But it's not just him too. I didn't put it on there because I couldn't remember her name. What's the lady that was on there last season with the pink coat that was upside down? I want to say she was married to Charlie Sheen, but I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah.
Her husband. Yeah, her husband is in the case too. Yeah, Denise Richards. Her husband is in the case for fraud too.
Not the PPP loan. Everybody, the PPP loan is in everybody.
I know. And they said today, Sunny Hopskin, whatever, the lady from The View, her husband too. He's a medical doctor, and they say he was doing unnecessary procedures to collect money. So they like trying to get him for fraud too.
Like, oh my goodness.
The fraud cases is running rampant. They just handing them out, all these fraud indictments. Like, y'all better be safe. Don't try to scheme, because
do the right thing, y'all. Right. Do the right thing, because you're gonna always get caught. Like, listen, especially when you're trying to rob the government. Oh, they're gonna find that money.
They are coming for you scammers, okay?
If anything, they're gonna follow the money.
Right. So, that's y'all thought that PPP loan was lovely, but no, honey. They wasn't doing
accounting. Y'all just scamming on the PPP loan. You better check the list and see if your name is on there, because they're coming for you.
Right. They're gonna be at your door.
For real.
All right, let's get into these episodes. So first off, we got Love and Hip Hop Miami. So child, listen, I don't know what's wrong with Flo. Like, I want her to have one season where I'm like proud of her. Like, she just disappoints me every season. Like Flo. why are you on here acting like your sister trying to weaponize your poon poon? Like, girl, well, Amada's baby daddy, like,
they playing tit for tat. It's almost like sometimes when I watch this show, I feel like they all sit at a table and they say, okay, so you do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then you do this, and I'm gonna get mad about it, and then we're gonna fight, and then we're gonna come back around, we're gonna be friends, and then we're gonna get mad at each other again, because it literally makes zero sense. Amara
she don't even want him.
But Amara don't want him, but she showed him on Flo sleeping with him, and then
but I think it affects Garcelle more because Garcelle was pissed when she was at the party dancing on the baby daddy or whatever. Because Garcelle,
well, of course, but still, that's still her baby daddy. And then Amara is gonna go and hang out with her husband, and that's why I'm saying it's just like a big cycle. Amara was already mad at Flo because her sister was trying to mess with the baby daddy, and they just nasty. Y'all just all over the place. I just don't understand it. That's why I'm like, this can't be real. This cannot be real. Y'all really live like this?
Yeah, but the whole thing with Flo and not Flo, Amara and Marlon, it did start off as like a revenge plot, but I feel like they really are friends. Yeah, she ain't trying to be with him, and he don't want to be with her either.
Yeah, she was still being vindictive by taking a cake and all that. Like, she knew that was going to get around. He did start it now, showing up on her set with flowers and a cake. He crossed the line. Then they did a lot.
Yeah.
But also, Flo is not her friend. So, she don't owe her nothing.
Didn't Flo like attack her in the restaurant? That's how this whole beef got started.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, they're not friends at all. So she doesn't owe her anything. But it's just weird.
Yeah. And I need Flo to get some self-respect because, girl, it's giving trashy. Okay. It's not cute. And you look stupid. You look stupid on TV, okay? Yeah. Because you know that man don't want you. Like, what is the point of this?
He don't want nobody. He's probably still got his wife in the DR.
I think he do. And he talking about he doing it because he mad at Amara for not letting him like take the girls to go see her sisters. But like, you don't even know them. I'm not letting you take my kids nowhere. They don't know you.
I was with Amara on that one. Like, why don't you focus on getting to know the girls first before you try to take them and start showing them off and act like you're the world's greatest dad because you got all your girls together? No, you need to show me that you're gonna be consistent with them before I even let you around them, like, for real. Because you show up one day, they daddy, and then they don't see you for 6 months, and they're gonna be mad at me like, "Where's daddy?"
Right. You know.
And then they're gonna be like, "And where's my sister?"
Right. You know. Weird. It's like a lot of immaturity.
Yes. And so then we have Amara and Shay making up randomly. And I'm all here for everybody like being cool and everything. It just happened too fast for me. I was just
it showed that it wasn't really no beef. Like, it was the way it ended. It was just like, oh, okay, let's get over it. All right. Like, if it was really
Shay knew she was wrong for putting Amara's kids on her Instagram. When you're not cool with somebody, you shouldn't be touching their children.
Yeah.
Now, they said the little girls walked up to them, and if they would have pushed the kids away, you'd have been even more upset. But also, did you have to put it on Instagram? And even with them making up, the first thing Shay do is pull her phone out, like, look at who I'm with. So it's just like, are you doing all this stuff for social media? You doing it for the show? Like, it just gives very fake.
Yeah. Listen, Shay is definitely fake because Shay been dating the same man who for the past 3 seasons that cheat on her every season, that she break up with every season. It's a way to keep her spot on the show and keep her storyline going. Like, okay, and then sorry, this is not on this episode, but Shay with the storyline with the big girl, I don't know what her name is, and the pregnancy that happened when they never even met.
That never happened. That was weird. That was so weird. If I can't remember her name either, but if that was my sister, we would be fighting because you gonna embarrass me. I'm bringing you on the show, and you gonna embarrass me like that, like coming off as psychotic. Like, who does? You completely made the whole thing up. That's weird. Like, you could have did that to him offline or on Instagram. You didn't have to bring this and bring me into it.
Yeah,
you know Shay crazy.
Right. And it like, but this is what took me out. The fact that you never even met this man in person. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Right.
Like okay, you got us looking insane over here because you didn't just make up, like y'all slept together and you never got pregnant. Girl, you ain't never even seen this man in person.
Right.
Everybody looking at you like a Looney Tune.
And the fact, like, she's a good sister though, because the fact that her sister was upset and she just went go, like, that's a good sister. But like, come on, I would never trust her again.
Girl, I can't stand behind crazy. Right.
Now, I would never trust her again. Yeah, never. That would be the end of me trusting her. I would have to like investigate everything before I even decided to believe her.
And that's what she was saying. Like, you could at least let me in on the prank or whatever you was trying to do. Like, you got me walking in here blind.
Right, looking crazy.
Now I'm writing for you. Like, my sister wouldn't lie about something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And here she go. And he happened to be telling the truth that he ain't never met this girl.
Finally, right. Finally, he's telling the truth.
So then we have a situation with Princess and Amara. Now, here's the thing. Amara, she be acting like she don't know what's going on sometimes. If you have a friend, this is going to carry over into another show that we're going to talk about tonight. But if you have a friend that is divorcing a man and her man is hitting you up to do anything for him, the first thing you should do is what? Call your friend. Like, the fact that she even met up with him without talking to Princess first is crazy to me. Like, that's why I'm like, she has to be doing this stuff for a reaction on the show, but she forgot who she was messing with.
Right.
Because Princess will always put them hands on you.
Right. And she got the taste slapped out of her mouth. Like, oh, you gonna go see mommy and bachata?
Oh, and bachata?
Oh no.
So quick too. It was like a
like, oh, and you talking mess? All right. No more words from you. Goodbye.
And Princess just so
One Wish. Like, how old is the song One Wish? And we saw on the little verses things, he can't even sing no more. So what is this? I don't know what this movie is gonna be. No, but at least he sounded better. Well, maybe because it was in studio. That's why he sounded better. Because I'll never forget that him holding that baby sounded terrible like that at the verse.
Yeah, because that was live. But yeah, Love and Hip Hop, Miami is a mess. So is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, I want about Atlanta. One thing I was happy to see in the beginning was Scrappy and Bambi getting along. Like,
right,
them for now.
Yeah.
Just, something stupid happened, but
right.
Them being able to be around each other, hugging each other when they see each other, I think that's great. Like, I hope that they could keep that up, but I know it's gonna go left in like the next episode or two. But I think that that's how it should be, especially we coworkers. We coworkers and co-parent, like, why we can't be cool. I never understood that about, like, when people break up with somebody, like, why can't we just be cool? Like, if you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you.
But he's a fool. I can see why you can't be cool.
Yeah, he a mess.
Yeah. I feel like with a normal person, absolutely that is possible. But he likes drama. He needs to be in Miami.
So what do you think about, okay, so we know him and Khaotic got this beef, right? Let's go back to the initial fight on stage. Do you feel like Scrappy was just walking up to him like, hey, cuz, let me talk to you for a second?
No, I never think that. Like, I don't, listen, I don't feel like I don't know.
What?
Honestly, I just feel like Scrappy be looking for a fight. Like, he wants his storyline. This is his check.
Yeah. You're right about that, because the way he stood up at that table, and he almost want to laugh when he doing it. It's like he got like this little smirk on his face when he about to do something.
Because Khaotic was not trying to like fight him at the dinner table. Like, he kept saying, I'm just going to have my distance. I don't want to beef, like whatever. And like, I get where Khaotic is coming from. We got this freaking podcast. I'm doing all the work. You ain't doing nothing.
It's the YouTube channel.
Right.
It's a YouTube channel. But I kind of understand both sides, because Khaotic started the YouTube channel. It was called Khaotic and Scrappy TV, I think. But both their names were in the title. I will admit that I only clicked on the video because I'm like, Khaotic and Scrappy is funny together. Mm-hmm. So let me see. And at the time when he first started the channel, I watched a few of the videos, and the first 4 or 5 videos did extremely well, and everybody in the videos was Scrappy's family. Now, granted, Khaotic was holding the camera. I'm sure he edited the videos. I'm sure he uploaded the videos, but every video had Scrappy's name on it. It had his children in there. It had his mom in there. It was like not centered around Khaotic's life. It was centered around Scrappy's life. Mm-hmm. And so that's why he's saying you need to cut that check because you use my name.
I don't think that he shouldn't pay him his part, but I don't think that he should be mad because he wasn't really doing, like, I don't think that he should be mad for him.
I think that's his show. I think that's his only beef.
Right, but he also said that he was mad because he took him off the show, and
because he didn't kill him. Yeah,
right. So I think that I don't feel like he should be mad when he wasn't doing his part. Like, you should expect that if you're not doing your part, it's not gonna work. Granted, I do think that Khaotic should pay him the money, but I also feel like Scrappy don't need to be mad about not being on the show because he wasn't acting like he wanted to be a part of it in the first place.
Do you think he should have any feelings about not being told that he was going to be taken off of it?
I definitely think that communication could have happened, but like, if you ain't filming, do you care? Like, if you're not really doing your part,
do you
really care?
I feel like as adults, anytime you're going to make a change in something when somebody was a part of something, you should make them aware of it, whether they were participating in it or not, like whether they were doing their job or not. I feel like it's easy to say, hey bro, listen, I've been running the channel. I've been doing X, Y, and Z. You're not doing your part. I'm about to remove you since you don't want to participate. And that's just going to be that. That way we could settle it before it gets crazy. Now, if you just one day I turn on YouTube and my name ain't there no more, and we never had a conversation, like, you still got the videos up, and still, because the way YouTube works is you can always make money off those videos. So if you still got my videos up and those are your most viewed videos, but you take my name off the channel so that I can no longer make money off of those videos that I was a part of, we need to have a conversation so we can see how we gonna settle this.
But if he's a real active participant, if he's really like an active participant in the channel, then he should just go on the channel and delete the videos. If you don't want him to keep making money off of your name, and he was being petty about the show, delete the videos. Then you don't have to worry about it. He can't make no money.
I feel like the adult thing to do is, like,
yeah, but I also think that I don't think that he probably would have got the best response had he told Scrappy. I think I don't think he would have got the best
response either. But I think that, like, I'm just gonna reiterate. I think, because that's my only point, is I ain't got no beef in the fight. I ain't Scrappy or Khaotic, but I just feel like if I was in a situation and I was in, like, say us, for instance, we have a podcast. If one day you decided I'm not going to do nothing no more, and I'm like, listen, I'm just going to do it by myself, and I just took your name off of it, I didn't say nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? If we just handle that situation poorly, it just makes things worse, and it makes the opportunity for people to create things in their mind. I feel like that's why Scrappy and Khaotic are where they're at, is because there was no communication about it, and also he did not pay him. But I feel like Khaotic feels like he don't need to pay him because he didn't do no work. All he did was show up. And so I feel like that's why I said I understand Khaotic's point of view, and I also understand Scrappy's point of view, because if you're using my name and likeness, you owe me something. Especially the way YouTube work. But with Khaotic, I understand. Nigga, I'm doing all the work. You ain't did nothing. I don't owe you nothing. So that's why I said I see both sides.
Right. So I agree that there should have, like, I'm not in disagreement that there should not have been communication. I just don't think that Scrappy is a rational person. So I think even the communication would have gone left.
Well, technically you said he don't owe him a conversation.
Well, I don't. Listen, if I'm Khaotic and I know that the person that I'm working with is irrational, I'm just gonna be done. Now,
I think that's where we disagree, because I feel like as an adult and you handling business at all, you should always do that's just me. Whether the other person is not going to handle things properly or not, I'm always going to handle stuff properly, because
at
the end of the day, it's gonna be fallout.
What I'm saying is, if I'm working with her, like so for me, I wouldn't have continued I wouldn't took his name off. I would have just started my own thing. Like, if I'm doing it and already by myself, I don't need that channel. Let me just go do another channel. Then he can't say nothing.
You're right. However, the way YouTube work, I wouldn't give up that money. You already put in, YouTube is the hardest platform to grow in, right?
But don't he got like a lot of followers?
But that's so that was Scrappy's point. Mm-hmm. Like, you gained more subscribers on YouTube once you started adding me to the videos. And once my family, Mama D and all those, like, he gained all that momentum from those videos. So if he was to start over with just himself, he might be able to gain as much traction, or he couldn't. He could probably do half the, you know what I'm saying? He could do half the subscribers. So when you build up that much momentum on YouTube, you don't want to miss out on all that money, especially if the videos are still doing well. He's still making video money off of all those old videos. So if he were to scrap it, he would be missing out on a lot of money. So anyway, we spending way too much time on this.
Right. If it would, for me, if it would just help to squash it, I'd just get rid of the videos. We both ain't making money. Here go your $5,000 that you said that I didn't pay you. Because I'm sure $5,000 is not gonna break his pockets. Like, give him his little $5,000, get rid of the videos, and move on.
Right. And clearly, this whole segment went on way too long because we disagree on it, not because we care about Scrappy and Khaotic.
Right.
Let's move on.
Right. Okay. So, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So, it starts off with Brittni recording the girls in the video, in the van, which is so stupid because, girl, you was purposely recording that video.
Huh? You can hear her turning it on and off too.
Right. Like, girl, you was doing it on purpose. There's no way you was taking a picture and you hear the and then you see it recording. You're not holding it up to the window. Then your story keep changing every 5 minutes. Like, girl, just own it. You wanted some tea.
She just got caught and she didn't know what to do, and I think she panicked, so she just started. What's the name? Was like, "Are you recording?" The fact that they all got so crazy though was like weird to me because I understand privacy, but I understand privacy. My point is, I understand privacy, but all of this is being recorded.
Yeah.
But also, maybe I understand because she could leak it. If she was to leak it, it would mess it up for everybody. Like, if she was to send it, that's why they were like, well, who did you send it to? Because if she were to send it to her friend and they send it to a blog, it ruins the season.
Right.
Everybody knows what happened already.
Yeah. I think too, though, like, what was I going to say? I forgot. Whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. I think Meredith, she just got way too excited. I don't know what because of the throw up comment, like, she was just over her anyway. Like, why is she in the back? You need to leave. Like, girl, please calm down. Like, please. And like the fact
Meredith
that whole
on one this whole episode. She was on one this whole episode. Everybody was pissing her off.
The fact that they was literally just arguing 30 seconds ago about this whole like messy what's her name going back and telling Lisa what they said, Bronwyn going back and telling Lisa what they discussed about the whole like with her husband thing, and then that one little record just flipped it and made them all join together. Like,
yeah, because they were like, "Oh, you the ops? Why are you recording this? Like, this is not." And they probably thinking the same thing. Like, we already on TV. What's your intentions for recording this on your phone? And I would probably think the same thing too. And it's like, and you're trying to be sneaky about it, and you didn't even turn your volume off. Like, stupid.
But no, she didn't even put her phone down to be discreet because what's her name saw her recording.
Well, it was in her lap. I think the reason why she could see it is because the way the bus was, their seats were elevated above hers. Because she did have it like right here, but it wasn't like she was like this. She had it in her lap like this, but she had a clear eyesight of her phone. That's why she was like, "Are you recording this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, and I knew she was, as soon as I'd seen her, because the camera already panned to it before she said something, I'm like, she could get caught.
Yeah.
Like, and then she gonna lie on her daughter, talk about, well, my daughter had this, and
she got a nail on her chest. Right. She got an A on her test.
Who sends a video of themselves like this?
Right. Or who would send a video to your daughter because she got an A on her test with people arguing in the background? And
right, girl.
And why would she want to see a picture of the outside of y'all in this moving van? It's probably not even going to be a good picture. Like, and then
even when you flat out lie.
Right. Then when you take a picture and it's like movement, you could still hear what's in the background if you would have sent that to your daughter. So it still would have been like you leaking and sending the conversation.
And she never even held her phone up to the window. Like, girl, you just flat out lied. Like, it was on the back of the seat the entire time. Like,
right. And Whitney, she gonna go outside and try to console her. Like, oh, that's really nice, Whitney. But I know you still pissed. Like, girl, leave her alone. Let her gather her things, gather herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what then Meredith. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about? I don't know if I'm jumping, but Meredith and Heather in the room looking for the
Heather was hazing her. Like, girl, you know dang well it ain't nothing planted in that room. And it's crazy because Meredith be lying too. Like, she gonna try to say, and I haven't heard anything from your room, and these walls are so thick, blah 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 blah. And then they come back from right, and then they come back from dinner, and she in there talking to Lisa, and they hear it all. Like, clearly, the doors and stuff are not that thick. It is possible that Brittni heard you in there throwing up, coughing, whatever. Right. Like, you already said you was in there having a coughing fit. So if it was that intense, it probably did sound like you were in there throwing up. Like,
right. I just can't believe Meredith took Heather seriously. Like, for her to bring it up at the table, like, yeah, and I actually think you were recording me. What?
Oh, Meredith I know.
Like, now, hold on now. Lisa, he's not that interesting.
Right. Oh yeah, Mary said that. Mary was like, yeah, if she was recording you, I probably would fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving Mary this season. Mary
is hilarious. When they was at the table, all you can see in the corner of the TV is Mary stuffing her food in her mouth. Like, why is she
at the first fight, she was like, I thought there was gonna be dessert. At the first dinner, like, girl,
she here for the food.
Right. Y'all listen, Mary got her own stuff going on. She ain't got time for this stupid drama.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then listen, if I was Mary, I probably would have said the same thing at the little pond, or what is it called? Cenote.
Oh, Cenote.
Yeah, I'm not about to be having diarrhea and vomiting, getting in this Ebola water. Hell no.
Right. Give me that water, please.
Like, this is a cesspool. Y'all are about to get cooties all up in your hoo-ha. Like, ew.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. So when they're at dinner and they confront her, Brittni, about the recording again, she decides that she's going to switch it all up and talk about how her and Jared are physical. And Mary was like,
girl, we knew that.
Everybody's like, duh.
Right.
Like, girl, please, duh. And Whitney's like, well, you drink margaritas every time we see you. Like, we know you ain't doing everything by the book. Like,
and you showing up in your red lingerie. Like, girl, nobody's surprised that you guys are smashing. Like, be for real. Okay. You probably was smashing all your little Tinder swipes. All three of your little boyfriends.
Child, like, and they all have a moment because it is serious in the faith to not, to follow the rules and everything. And listen, the moment you decided to sign up for the show, you were exposed.
Right.
So it was just best that you owned up to everything and get it off your chest, and to not have a guilty conscience, because everybody's judging you already for being on this show.
But I would have been hot if I was, I can't think of her name. The lady, hold on, I'm looking it up. The lady, what's her name? I would have been hot if I was Angie, because she went off on Angie about bringing wine to her house at her little Mormon dinner, and you drinking, smashing, doing all this stuff. Like, what kind of hypocrite are you? And it's clear you don't like me because you're going to pick on me for bringing wine.
That's what she told her. She was like, I didn't think it would be inappropriate to bring wine to your house because we always drink around each other. Like, if you didn't drink, then she wouldn't have brought wine to your house.
Right. She didn't bring tequila or vodka or
or handle. Like, I think she's Catholic or something, right?
I don't know.
I think she said she was well, she said that, you know, she's like, we drink wine with communion. So I didn't think wine was inappropriate. I don't know. I'm not Mormon. Like,
yeah, I just know she's not Mormon, but I'm not sure. But she's Greek, so maybe she's Greek Orthodox because, you know, she go hard for the Greek people.
Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into RHONY. Finally, there's a decent episode. Now, it didn't have nothing on Beverly Hills or Salt Lake, but it was decent enough to talk about. Right. So maybe you guys watched it. So, like, the big things me and Kendra saw was like, okay, so this dinner where they go out, I think it's like the first scene almost, where they go out to dinner. Ubah sitting at the table sick, and then like the seats are like Aaron, Brynn, and what's the other girl's name? Sai. And they sitting over there talking mess. They had already been at the pool talking mess about Jessel, and they want to keep on bringing it to the table to like just stir up mess. And Aaron's over there like, oh yeah, and Jessel, she doesn't really like, and she was so mad and da-da-da-da. And it's like, so Jessel hears and starts going in like, first of all, Aaron, I never even told you that I was mad. I told you I was upset for a moment and then I moved on. Like, I'm not pressed about nothing.
And the only reason why she brought it up is because someone asked her, have you ever been mad at Brynn? And she's like, well, the only thing I can think of is that. She was like, 5 minutes later, I was okay.
Right. It was Aaron and the other new girl. What's her name? The one with the purses.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
Me either, girl.
But yeah, so and then Brynn took that and blew that up. It was like, you're really mad at me over a photo shoot. I just don't understand why you're so into photography. You got a photographer at your kid's birthday. You had a photographer at your birthday. You got to have glam for everything. It's like, normal people have photographers at their children's birthday and at their birthday parties. When people have events, they hire photographers. Like, that's a normal thing to do. That's not too far-fetched. So I don't know. I feel like she was just really just trying to ride Jessel for whatever reason. And also
Brynn acts like the hating poor fan. Brynn acts like the hating poor fan.
Girl, Jessel is an influencer. She's a publicist. Like, if you have on a look and you have a photographer, why not take the picture for the gram? She's making money. She's getting brand deals. Like, this is her lifestyle. She's a lifestyle influencer. So her lifestyle. And then
she said that Brynn brought her agent, and she wasn't even invited. Why are you bringing your agent to my kid's birthday party?
Right, her agent is probably her friend, but you know, still. You didn't ask. Did you ask?
Right.
His birthday party.
Right. And then Rebecca, she tries to jump in. She's like, me and Aaron asked her about it, and she wasn't like super upset. It was just that one moment we asked her, has she ever been upset? And that was it. And they just completely bypassed Rebecca. Rebecca, her professional, was like, well, I tried. They don't even hear me. So there's nothing else I could do.
Yeah, Brynn, she just kind of has it out for everybody. I feel like even with Ubah sitting in the corner, she just looked around the table like, who can I go for next?
Right. Like, why are you here? Why are you here? You just over there so fine. Right. But no, Ubah got her when she was like, what did you say? I'm here because I whatever. And then at the bus, she gonna say, I'm here to shave what's her name's Bush.
Bush. I'm like, why are you talking about that at the dinner table? Nobody wants to think about that. Ew.
Right. This season, listen, they so desperate. They so desperate to make this season pop. They showing off dick pics and wolf pussies. Like, I can't. Like, it's too much. Like,
please, can this scene be over, please? I do not want a visual of that. That is disgusting. Right.
Please. And who shows that off? Like, why would you show your wolf puss to your friends? Like,
walk in your phone.
Right. I don't care how delicate your pubes are. Like, keep them to yourself, okay?
Yeah, she was like, I thought it was beautiful. It's a work of art. Like, girl, no. Please stop.
You thought it was beautiful because you really want her to be your friend because you know she got plugs. Why you talking about Jessel as a social climber? Girl, you are the social climber. Like,
and Ubah, she just don't care. Ubah, I said I would hate to see Ubah drunk because the way she just so loose lip sober. It would scare me if she had any type of outside influence to make her even more loose lip.
Yeah, but I didn't like how she acted when they took her to the beach. Like, girl,
no, that was terrible. It was so rude.
Right. And like, girl, the country that you come from, I'm sure that beach that she took you to looks way better than what you've seen. Like, I need you to relax and humble yourself. Like, come on. And
but I think also
like that bad.
To play devil's advocate, which I'm always gonna do, she did hype up the beach.
She did.
She hyped it up. And so I think, Ubah, I feel like she would have said that regardless because she says what she's thinking all the time. She don't have no filter. But everybody kind of was like to themselves, like, oh, this is not the beach she described. And she did say it was a long time ago.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible though. But it was a dead pigeon in the water. I wonder are these props like why is it a pigeon on every episode? Like where are these pigeons? There's abundance of pigeons. I don't think I've ever seen a pigeon at a beach. Like I usually see seagulls, but have you ever seen a pigeon at a beach?
I don't know. Usually it is seagulls.
Yeah.
But it was like in the first scene we see 2 dead pigeons just
talking about she.
That's what
she jumped. That's what she get though. She gonna try to jump over the water after talking all that mess and got her whole foot in it and dumped out her whole purse.
And then I'm like, you know that this is someone else's country. If they went to, like you were saying, if they went to your hometown and talked about it the way you did, you would be cussing everybody out.
Right.
Like that was so, I was cringing so bad because I'm like, you're acting like this is not this girl's home. We're not just visiting a random place. This is her home. She brought you out here for a special reason, and you just doodling all over it.
Right. And not to be like political or whatever, but they did just have that big hurricane, and they ain't been getting as much relief as they should, which is probably why it's in the state that it's in. Like,
very true. Very true.
Be for real. Like,
and if that's the beach she went to growing up as a little girl, it's probably not the touristy beach where they keep it all nice and pristine like they do where the resorts and stuff are.
Right.
So just be respectful. Like it doesn't take much to be respectful, but I feel like with her, she just don't have no filter and she don't read the room. Clearly.
No. Because what she said to Aaron about the cancer thing.
Even so, like, I don't know. Was she talking directly to her? Or was she talking to group? I kind of
she was just saying hypothetically, but you know that your friend is going through something. I think she even went to the wig shop with her mom to go try on wigs. So you know that her mom is suffering from cancer, and then you bring up this. Like, there's other ways to make your point.
There was another example she could have used. Because I fully understand what she was saying. Like, there's so much other things going on in the world that people cannot change. We can change our attitude. We can change how we interact with each other. We can change how we speak to each other.
Right.
But they can change the fact that they have cancer. Like, be grateful and let's be thankful. But
and have a good time.
Said something else. She could have said people don't have food. She could have said anything else but that.
She could have used the example that she used when she was apologizing. Remember when Aaron came out and she apologized and she was like, "Oh, I just meant such and so and so." She could have said that from the jump.
Yeah.
And then
she could have said people.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't even realize that her dad had cancer too. Like that's like a double. Like, you know,
that's the first time she mentioned that. I do think she should have left out the fact that he started smoking again.
Right. Like, oh my God, that's so listen, I don't want to say
I ain't gonna touch that. I'm not gonna touch that, but I'm just saying I feel like she should have left that part out.
Right. Girl, you ain't got okay, Sophie. Did you hear her bark?
Yeah, it's okay. Y'all know Sophie here. Say hey Sophie in the comments. Y'all say hey Sophie.
Yeah, but no, that was crazy. And then like I guess a couple weeks ago they showed that he passed away. Like that's so sad. Like because she was so close to him. Yeah, I think they said like a couple months after filming he passed away.
Dang, that's sad. Ugh.
But that just shows how addictive cigarettes are. Because you had lung cancer, you fought for your life, and then you go back and smoke. Like that's a hell of an addiction.
It is. It is. And then like, I'm just gonna leave that one alone. But yeah. hurts to her because to have both parents going through that at the same time and then to lose a parent, like I see why she broke down. And like, of course she knows that Ubah it wasn't her intention. But if you going through that with both your parents, even hearing the word cancer would just
yeah, it doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, you already gonna be on edge regardless. Which is why I don't understand why she's like trying to start with everybody, because she's on edge. She got a lot of stuff going on. Like, why sit at the table and try to start issues between Jessel and Brynn? Sorry to go back, but like, it just makes me think.
No. I would probably just trying to avoid, escape and focus on other people's stuff.
Right. Deflect. Girl, we gonna worry about you.
Right. We're gonna leave my stuff alone. All right, so we have one more show.
Real Housewives. We're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Whoop whoop. So this one was pretty good too. So I'm gonna just tell y'all, Bose is my new fave. Like I feel like Bose. She's great. She's a great addition. She keeps it real. Her mind. Right. And she don't just keep it real to one person and then act different in person. If she say something, believe me, she gonna say it to you to your face. Like what she did with Sutton. That conversation she had with Dorit, and she was like, well, Sutton wasn't really acting like a friend, blah, 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 blah. She goes to the Roxy or Viper Room or wherever they was and said exactly the same thing to Sutton. And that's what we need.
Because I think Bose is a great addition to the show. It seems like her and Dorit really hit it off. I think Dorit need a friend right now because
a real one. I think Erica's being a good friend to her though too.
Yeah, Erica's doing her best. I feel for Erica this season because she's really close to Kyle and she's really close to Dorit. And I think she's doing a good job of not playing both sides, because she could have mentioned certain things to the other person that the other person already told her, and she held it for as long as she could. Like until she's asked, she don't really say much. Yeah. So
she said on Watch What's Happened Live that she's gonna try to stay in the middle and not pick a side as long as she can, because she's friends with both of them. But on Watch What Happens Live, she was honest about some things, like the whole texting PK. Like she said, I don't want my friend texting my ex. Like I don't think
she said it in the scene. Yeah, like that's what I appreciate about her too. It's like she's another one that's gonna keep it real. And she said it in the scene, like, nope, I wouldn't do, and I would be pissed if my friend did that. She said it right there in front of Kyle's face. She said absolutely not.
I don't know why Kyle thinks it's okay. Like, I get it. It's memes. Like, send memes on Instagram, but like text, like you have to go out of your way. Like, you have to find the meme, go share it to a text message. Like, it's so much work. Like, I can see if you was like on Instagram and you just DM'd it, like that takes no effort. But the fact that you have to go through all those steps, it's a lot.
Excuse me. I feel like Dorit would have even. Excuse me. I feel like Dorit even would have been upset about that too, because her whole thing is like, we're going through a separation. And if we're going through a separation, you should not be kikiing with my husband. I'm pissed at him. You pissed at him. Like, I understand like that they all have a friendship within each other. But I do think that because with having girl code or whatever, like with her being her friend first, well, I don't know if she was the friend first, because they kind of all knew each other at the same time. So I really don't know. But
she was closer to Dorit, so she needed to have loyalty with Dorit.
Right. And so if your friend, and I understand that they had like tension or whatever going on, I feel like she should have just stayed out of it. Now, if PK reached out to her and said something to her, I don't think she should have necessarily been rude, but she could have hit Dorit on the side like, hey, girl, I know we ain't talking, but PK still hits me up. I don't know where you guys are. I know you guys are separated. How do you want me to handle this? As a friend.
Right.
And that's your girl.
Yeah, I feel like the way Kyle was moving, it was like that they were never going to be friends again. Yeah. Like, she didn't have any regard for Dorit or her feelings. And like, if that was my friend and her husband hit me up, I would have told the husband straight up, like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable with this right here. Like, if my friend doesn't know that we're talking or whatever, then I don't think it's okay. Like, this makes me uncomfortable. And then I would also tell my friend, like, yo, he hit me up. Like, I wasn't comfortable. I told him I wasn't comfortable, but I also want to tell you, hey, he's hitting me up. I don't know how you want me to, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think it is a tough place to be in, especially like if the couples were in a friend group where you guys went on double dates, you guys vacation, you did those things. You do establish your own relationships with your friends' partners. But I feel like you said, you're at the end of the day, your loyalty is to your friend, and you put up boundaries. And it's okay to say, I would hit my friend up before I even respond. Like, he hitting me up, we cool and we normally do this. How you want me to handle it? Because sometimes a friend might be like, well, I don't want you guys to ruin your relationship. Like, you can be cool with him, but don't do too much,
Yeah.
Or it's
but
like, I don't want you to him right now.
Right. Well, let Kyle tell it that they didn't even go on trips like that. They went on one, maybe two couple trips. They wasn't kicking it like that off camera.
Right. Let her tell it. But we've seen them like at dinners and like, forget going on vacation. They went on double dates. Yeah. Mauricio and him is like this. They were like this. Yeah. They would go to each other's house. They went to dinners. They went to parties. They hung out. They were friends. No matter how much Kyle tries to deny that, we saw it all.
Yeah. So, did you see do you follow the 2 T's in a pod or whatever it is with Tamara and Teddy? So Tamara brought up the whole like text thing, like if she thinks it's okay. And of course, Teddy is up Kyle's butt. So she's like, well, I don't think it's bad. And da-da-da-da. She was like, Tamara was like, I would not be texting Edwin. Okay. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
And she's texting like, girl.
It's okay to tell your friend that they was wrong.
Right.
Like Erica was like, no, I don't think that's cool. Especially if your friend is like she said, Kyle was like, well, it was never a problem before. But girl, circumstances have changed. I think Garcelle said that. Like, circumstances have changed. And when circumstances change, you need to change with the flow.
Right. And Dory was like, he's not even talking to me. He's talking to you to get info about me. Like, you need to be telling me that he's hitting you up. Like,
so that's my question. Do you think that all of the communication was only about memes and such which?
No. Because even when you send a meme, like if it's funny, then that starts a conversation. Like it doesn't. Right. It's not literally just a picture all down they
text. Especially if it's through text. Like
right.
I don't know. Especially if he feels close enough to her, maybe he would be like, "Is Dorit okay?" Or like, like, or would you ask him, like, if your friend if that's really your friend and your friend is going through something, like, are you cool? Like, she's not really talking to me, but. So I don't know. I feel like Kyle put herself in a very sticky situation that was uncalled for. I feel like she should have just left well enough alone and not even like involved herself. But also I feel like she was pissed at Dorit. And she even said it. She was like, I like PK better than her right now. So
yeah, Kyle is addictive.
Yeah.
That's why she can't never stay in her sister's good graces, because she always doing some shady stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that was cool at all.
Yeah.
So another question that we posed was,
okay, so what do you guys think about like Garcelle holding her bottom line and letting her son be homeless when he was banging on the door at her beach, like her little pool house or whatever? Like, I don't know if I could do that. Like, I get it, like enabling him might make his addiction worse, but like, I don't know, like maybe because I'm not a parent, like I don't think that I could let my son be living on the street. Like, yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Like that would hurt my soul to see my son laying on the corner, and I know that I have money and I could help him,
Yeah. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know if I would necessarily let him in my home, because I do have younger children there that are impressionable. But like if I was Garcelle, I don't think I would, at the state that she was describing that he was in, is basically like cracked out, like feeding, like banging on the door. Like, I don't know if you're going to hurt me, because you're not in your right mind right now. You're being used. Your brain has been taken over by the drugs. You're not yourself. You don't even look like yourself. You're not acting like yourself. So I don't know if you're going to come in here and steal everything, because you're a drug addict. Right. I don't know if you're going to get angry at me and throw me upside the wall. Like, I don't know what these drugs are going to do to you. But I would still help him. I would not just allow him to just be on the street. I feel like I would, but also in that scenario,
I wouldn't give him money.
No,
I would get him like an apartment, pay for the stuff, make sure he had food. I'm not even gonna give him money to buy food. I would go buy the groceries or Instacart them, and that's what you get. You want to get drugs?
I feel like for me, I would give him options. Like you can go into this facility to get help, or you can go into this other facility where you can be safe. Like I don't know how old he was, but like a group home situation or something like that, where I personally would not set him up in an apartment because the apartment would have to be under my name, my credit. I don't know what type of drugs he was on, but they be getting superhuman strength. He could punch holes in the wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where my mind just goes to like all these unsafe scenarios and things that could happen. And my whole goal would for him to be safe. So I think I would give him the option to put him in a facility or to help him in that manner. And if he denied it, sometimes as a mom, you have to make hard decisions with your adult children. And I feel like I understood where Garcelle was coming from because I've seen people have to do that before. And look how it helped me. Because had she would have put money in his pocket, had she would have put him in a household, he might not be where he is today.
Right.
So
that's what she was saying. That's what she was saying. And I mean, I agree with you too. I just looked it up. So I guess his son is 3 years old. She said that his son is the reason why he ended up getting sober. So I guess around that time he was 30. So he's definitely a grown man and he should be able to like take care of himself. And like if he wants to be in addiction, like that's a choice.
It's a disease though too.
It is a disease.
Once you get that deep in, I feel like you do have to one day just say enough is enough. Like even in the depths of the addiction, you have to just say enough is enough. I want help. Like even going back to Mary's son, like I feel like with him coming to her and saying I'm ready to get help, like that's what you pray for.
Right. That was him choosing that he wanted to get better. That's what and that's what I mean by choice. I don't mean like I know once you're in addiction, it's hard to like get out of it, but like eventually you have to like choose yourself, you know?
So I think I commended Garcelle because I know as a mom, that is probably the hardest thing she ever had to do was leave him outside. That's her first baby.
Yeah, she said she was struggling, like she was crying and everything. So I listen, I would have been in the same boat. I watched Intervention for years, so I've seen all those people hold their bottom line. Listen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why God is making me wait on these kids because I'm gonna be a little wimp. Jesus.
And it's crazy because as a parent, you do have to think about all of those scenarios. Like I got these other kids here. You know, I don't know what he's been doing since he's been out there.
Right.
I don't know what he would do. And when those demons take over, those drug demons take over, when you look at your loved one, that is not them. They have no control over like what they're going to do, and neither do you. So yeah, I'm just glad that he made it to the other side, child, and he is being a father to his son and he's doing better for himself. So
yeah, he's doing really good. Let's just pray that he stays out of addiction because I'm sure it's a challenge every day.
Every day, I'm sure, especially like being in Hollywood and all that stuff. But yep. So this wraps up our episode, y'all. We did good. We almost was just under an hour, so we did good.
I'm trying to trim it down for y'all. Let us know if y'all like our long videos, though. Y'all like us to run our mouth or no? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Please talk to us in the comments if you guys are listening. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram because you can get the little snippets of the episodes throughout the week. And leave us comments and likes there because all of the engagement helps us to, push the videos out even more. So we appreciate y'all. And the next time you guys will see us is on Tuesday. So have a great weekend.
Bye, y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye. Stay safe out there.